bit of an update on the injured vultures. I'll probably also cover the tarpon. This is 3 days later. The damaged parts of the fins are falling off. The skin is healing up real well. This is the bigger guy that got the worst of it. The other guy is over there, a little farther off behind the rocks. I don't know how well you can see him. Also healing up okay. Still a lot of damage, but no biggie, no big problems, no infections, no new developments. So hopefully everything will be fine with them. For the most part, in a week or two, and then the damaged barbels and the fins will regrow back in a month or two. The large ox-eye herring or Indo-Pacific tarpon, freshwater tarpon, also had a rough start in this tank. Somebody was bothering them overnight, so I had to leave a huge pipe inside the tank so that whoever was bothering the tarpon stopped doing that. His eye is cloudy, a bit of abrasion on his eye, and his tail is beaten up. But he's getting better too. So hopefully he's on the mend. The other eye is much better, as you can see. The left eye, the right eye is a little damaged. They have those huge eyes. Hopefully he'll recover just fine. So he of course joined two of his kin that are, I want to say what, 5 to 7 years junior than him. This is the original one from 2013 we got him. So that makes him about 11 years old. That Indo-Pacific tarpon. And the younger guys we got, yeah, when Rodrigo was moving away, that was the end of 21. So that makes him 22, 23, it's about 2.5 years old. So 11-year-old and a 2.5-year-old. Two of the 2.5-year-olds. But since he was new coming, and we caught him, my wife and I caught him real gently, and I transferred them in a t-shirt. So he came in good shape in this tank, and then over the first 2 nights, I didn't catch it in the first night. I thought maybe it was just latent damage from the rehoming. But then things were getting obviously worse the second night. And I started leaving a big PVC pipe inside the tank from one end to the other, 16 foot long. And the attacks stopped either because of the pipe or because naturally, I don't know, the attacker decided to leave him alone. And I don't even know who was bothering our older tarpon. In freshwater they don't grow huge, they usually top out at about 1.5 feet. I've never seen them bigger in freshwater or in pierce tanks. Even though they can reach 3 feet in freshwater and 5 feet in salt water in the wild. They're slightly smaller than our Atlantic tarpon cousin that's local here. Well, I'm cautiously optimistic, just to sum it up, on the vultures and on the tarpon. The newcomer mahseer have no problem. This is Vulture. He looks nice and intact, just a couple of rips in the tail from catching. And this is the predatory or golden mahseer, also doing rather well, just a few rips in the finnage from catching in the net. So that rehoming went alright. With the mahseer and the three mahseer that went into the 4,500 gallon. Let me turn on the light. Much better. The two supposedly red mahseer or Tombra. That was one of them. Turning around, coming back. Their snouts are healing from the imprints of the net when they struggle in the net. This is a sorrel, that's another red one right here. These two. And the Chinese one with the stripe in the middle over there. Doing well. This one is an old one that's been living here for several years. That I believe to be Thai rose mahseer. In the first 3 or 4 nights I wasn't turning off the medium lights in this tank, giving mahseer the time to adjust and to stop producing stress or fear pheromones and shedding them in the water, because that makes predators attack them. This is the Chinese. But mahseer are really smart. I mean, they're very hard to catch, as you already know. They know how to stay away from predators very well, including myself when I'm trying to catch them. Alright, so this is our little update on what was rehomed out of the 25,000 gallon, except for the koi that are in the... I didn't really bother covering the koi living the 25,000. There's a bit too many fish in here, I realize. This tank has a very high turnover rate and a great filtration, so I can get away with it. But the amount of fish in this tank is nearing what most of fish keepers call a Japanese domestic market tanks, JDM. But in JDM, I mean, fish are pretty much, all the fish are touching each other, so I'm exaggerating. There's still plenty of space, but yeah, there's too many fish in there. As soon as I have a chance, I will lighten the load in this tank also.